Sanibonani, Dumelang, Akshin. Welcome to it. It is the Ringas Podcast. My name is Sochigazi. And as promised, today we have our co-host finally. Her name is Pili. Please like and subscribe and also ring that notification bell so that once you post a video, you make sure that you get it. So today we have a guest, but Pili is going to run the interview. Okay? So Jill's everything. I'll be asking questions about the music industry, and I've also had people ask. We have artists about questions, and as we run the show, season one was questions. And this is the first part of the interview. Like, I need to say this.
Yes.
This is part one. This is part one. Part two. Where is that? We have Pili. Take it away.
Good afternoon to all our listeners and welcome again to another new brand episode of Ringas Podcast. Yes, it's the new season. I'm the co-host in studio, but I'm having one as I share something as I have a very, very, very well-established person in studio with us today.
Well-established.
Yes, I mean your bio speaks for itself. A brand strategist. You are PR, like I don't even know where to group you basically. So that's what I'm saying, he's such an established, he goes by the name of Mandlenkosi Mahlangu-Malibe, which on another hand, as I can see, you're a double barrel surname. So before we get into the depths of everything, please explain to us, Mr. Guys, in South Africa, a male double barrel surname.
Okay, a double barrel happens this way. Like the first people ask me, are you married?
Yeah. Hence I'm asking. I think we're all intrigued.
Which how does the male has a double barrel? So Mahlangu, it's my maternal surname, it's my mom's surname, and then Malibe, it's my father's surname. So what happened is I grew up using my mother's surname and documents and every stuff. My parents were married, but you know how old people are, they just get married and they don't go and sign, they don't check legal documents and stuff. So from primary to high school to varsity, I've been Mahlangu all my life. But I knew that on the streets and school and everywhere I go. So you know when you are becoming older as a male child, excuse me, it becomes an issue now because I I'm on TV and I'm on radio, I do this, and then people from my father's side are like, but you're not a Mahlangu, your mom is married, and then it became an issue.
Yeah.
So now it became an issue. So I went to Home Affairs and tried to change my surname from Mahlangu to Malibe. I got there. Then when the Home Affairs official was explaining to me, which now you need an alphabet, it was just a long process where I had to go, and then they advised me, actually you can just add the other surname and then your ID will have two surnames. Because if you are changing your surname legally, you have to change your ID, your qualifications, your passport, everything that you have must change. Otherwise, sometimes you'll be blocked from entering flights and stuff. So I was like, so can I add another surname? Yeah, and then I added that surname. So that's why I'm Mahlangu-Malibe. But in most cases, a lot of people, they still call me Mahlangu. If I didn't forget to tell them that it's actually Mahlangu-Malibe, they call me Mahlangu.
Speaking on that, so I guess everybody wants to know, because we do know that you're a brand strategist, you're PR. But for the viewers who are listening now, how do they call you? Like, where do they group you in terms of the media industry? Are you in PR? Are you a brand strategist? Are you...
Well, I'm a media practitioner.
Yes.
Yeah, I always say I'm a media practitioner because I did journalism and media studies.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to fall under the one. I don't like to be called a journalist. Yeah, that's what I'm shy about. Yeah, I don't want to be called a journalist, and then I don't want to be called a PR consultant as well. So I would say I'm a media practitioner, but then I do PR, I do brand management, I do brand strategies, I do marketing as well. So all these things, they come together, right? I do communications. Yeah.
Before we go far, this is so nice. Like, actually.
Okay, guys, what they are drinking now today, it's gin and tonic. It's Itubano gin and tonic. This one is a cranberry flavor. It is it is manufactured and owned by a black female. Her name is Susan Msweni from Kwandebele. She's aiming high, she's aiming big, the brand is going. We are currently negotiating with a lot of liquor stores, including I can't drop names, right? Yeah, with a lot of them, but very soon maybe we'll have it in one of the stores before the year ends.
So for now?
Yeah, for now, if you want it, you can contact me or you can contact Susan or Rutando Mahlangu. But you will find us on the robots, like how we are motivated by DJ School, how he developed Team of Fire.
But is there any socials that
Yeah. You can go to Facebook. It's Rutando Mahlangu. Ne? On Facebook, you will see, and then we have a Twitter account, Kobe Gin and Tonic. We've got Kobe. On Instagram, it's _Kobe. You will see all the information there. Yeah, it's South African owned. No one is a brand ambassador. She owns. Susan, she owns. Yeah, she owns. Yeah.
We're getting there. But
Yeah.
guys, please do check it out for yourselves. We are not lying. It is good, man. Guys, you know Bev.
It is very good. It
So
is very
please
good.
do check
And
it
then
out and do support.
it is a very high standard gin and tonic.
No,
So we are selling
even the
6
package.
for 200 rand. Yeah, it is
Worth
Ndebele.
it.
Yeah, it is Ndebele inspired, as you see the
Trust me,
Ndebele
it's
painting
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the name. So we wanna
The
meet.
exterior is
to
really
it.
nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, it's 6.5%. Yeah, it does have a kind of kick to it.
yeah, so eventually we will introduce new flavors. We want to have our lemon flavors, our strawberry flavors. For now, what we have is cranberry flavor. We only have cranberry flavor,
for now.
but very soon, yeah. And then we're also going to have a champagne from each one.
Oh.
We're also going to have a lot, but I will come back and tell you guys. Just make sure you buy this one so that I can come back and
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
buy it soon.
Okay, so now getting back to the grits and the beginning, I think people need to, if you were to be, as obviously we all start somewhere in the industry, and with where you are today, there as people who are aspiring to be where you, even if maybe a mileage of what you have been able to achieve thus far. So what would you be your advice to those coming in the industry, those who didn't have the platform of starting at school, those who couldn't go to school and maybe pursue journalism or pursue media or pursue acting?
that's the problem. If you did not pursue school, that's where I have a problem.
Yeah.
Because personally, I really feel that to be excel in what you
You
do,
need to, yeah.
you need to study. Because when it comes to PR, marketing, and brand management, that's one. It's not a talent.
Yeah.
It's a skill that you learn through school, sometimes through a qualification. It's not like about who sings. You
Yeah.
can't teach someone
Yeah.
to sing. Even if you take them to dramatic school, if they can't sing, they can't. Yeah. So in Media Practitioner, why I always recommend education is because we've got media laws that we need to follow. When I'm writing an article about you, there's the laws that are banning me to write in a certain way, to say like about with alleged, you understand?
Yeah.
So I need to be careful about those to make sure that it does not come back to me. Yes.
law.
Yeah. So if you are a writer, there are creative writers who are born like they are creative, but I always just go to school. Maybe get a higher certificate.
Yeah.
Maybe or attend a workshop. Just make sure that you educate yourself because sometimes education is not formal. It's not actually a formal qualification, but you go through workshops and you learn. You understand? So, and then once you have learned, do like some kind of an internship. Don't come in the industry and always want to be like the ones that are up there. Just be willing. Talk to people, guys. Like if you go to another PR firm and tell guys, I want to do an internship with you, just to learn the route.
Do you think those opportunities are there for people to do, or is it just like with the multi-choice thing, factory? Obviously, you have to come from school and have to be a graduate that is graduating within the last 4 years. After that, it doesn't
Take you
it
then.
doesn't consider you anymore. So with the other PR things that you are currently speaking on, do you think it's possible for people to do so and approach them, or do they have their own? Things where it's like okay, they come out with whatever program they are offering, or it's those things that you need to take the initiative yourself to go ask.
I think it depends with each and every individual company. Some companies, yes, they do each and every year. They have internship opportunities. Some you just have to go and knock to them. And then, like EYFM, they've got an academy, YH Academy.
Yes.
It's for young creatives. If you want to be in this business, they just need metric. They just need 12. You apply, you audition, and then you are in. You understand? And then sometimes I would say, if you feel that you are well learned, but you don't have a place where to do an internship, we've got a lot of upcoming artists like us. sit down with them and talk to them, do their PR for free. That's how you are going to learn.
Yeah.
You understand? If you approach me, I'm an upcoming artist, you're gonna use the knowledge that you have to push me. The more you push me, it's there in the industry, you bumped to Mandla.
Yeah.
You speak to Mandla and then he tells you something else, you are learning. Sometimes we chase money too much and then you end up blocking yourself. You understand? But if you just take the Fremikas, who's an upcoming artist, where I'm not where you can, with that little information that you have, tomorrow you might be the biggest publicist in the country because you started small, you understand? Because I've met a lot of people, when they ask about my rates, I tell them my rates, and then tomorrow I see them posting something, charging people my rates. Then I'm like, okay, cool, you're doing great. And then what are you going to do for this person? It's just like, no, I'm gonna send their music on radio, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, okay, cool, do that. But they can't do that, you understand? So let us not chase money, just build up. Building up is a key.
Okay, I hope you guys heard it for yourselves. So now we're gonna go to Usonjikazi so she can ask the questions that the people sent in who wish to know how to go about their business in the industry.
I like how you're so formal about this. She went to school for this, so
okay. Yeah, but you can tell.
Not the point.
This kind of education is important.
It's very important. Yeah, that's why we have her here. Because I'm just throwing things in and like, Alright, so getting into the music business, why is it important for an artist? Hey, this thing is kicking in, I told you.
It's doing the thing.
It's doing the thing. Why is it important as an artist to see me as a about the music business?
To avoid donations to bury you. Like literally.
Yeah.
Remember when a lot of artists were coming in South Africa, a lot of artists, I can't drop names, but they were buried through donations. And then we've got bigger stars now, they are taking rocket labels into court for royalties and stuff, and when you get to court they lose in cases because it's the contract that they signed, right? So now no one dropped you because of your lack of knowledge. You signed it thinking that is the best contract for you. Actually, to find out later it wasn't. So it's very important for you to learn as much as possible. Guys, invest in music workshops. People hold AMA music workshops, attend those music workshops. Listen to AMA interviews. Artists, they are always doing interviews, right? Listen to those interviews. Even if you are not a fan of a certain artist, but they said, okay, it's going to be on this show. The show runs for an hour, and then you see they want to ask about music. Just listen and learn. Like we've got, I'm going to drop name Uzahara. He had a problem. She had a problem with our DJs who TS records and stuff, right? Now, as a person who's coming in the industry, you must listen to her interviews because she's speaking the truth, right? We don't know who's right, who's wrong, but she's speaking her truth. It's your duty to listen to her, and then when they're asking her, so what do you think went wrong? She explains, and then that's when you check, okay, I'm not supposed to do that. When they give DJs an opportunity to respond, you, okay, Zahara said you rob her, what really transpired there? He responds, you take that, you understand? And then you combine everything. It's very important to know which what are you, anything that you are getting to, guys, make sure that you do research. Because the record labels, now people are saying, I don't want to be signed because record labels, they're going to rob me. You can sign, but they don't rob you, provided you negotiated your contract. People are crying about Ambitious, but we have artists who are still signing with Ambitious and they are not compelling. Not meaning that they are being robbed, but they've negotiated with, okay, I can work with you guys. You guys bring 1, 2, 3, and then I bring 1, 2, 3. Then we split in this way. You understand? Everyone comes out happy. You understand?
Because I've actually been to workshops where they explain, because it depends on the type of deal that you sign.
Exactly.
So there's about 360 deals. And then actually record labels are actually taking a risk by taking Usonchigazi, who's not known, and they spend on you, Uguti backfire into these platforms and do everything for you and
with their budget.
With their own budget.
But when they are doing that now,
they wouldn't.
They will tell you.
Personally, they wouldn't invest in a person that they don't see.
A potential.
True.
True.
But now I think the thing that attracts people the most is such instances where they come to me. I'm an artist. I'm struggling. I don't know. I don't have any background of school in terms of what I do. I do it because I love it. They come to me. They give me my first meal. They judge me up and place me there. But now I've sold all my writing rights all to you. Whether or not I'm still under your label or not, or I choose to release music, now you guys own me.
Yeah.
So I think it goes back to what he was saying, that people need to just get the information for themselves, find out what a 360 is, find out if I'm signing this deal, you're giving me $1 million, you're giving me this, what am I signing to you, what am I giving away to you? Because if someone abroad comes and wants to invest in me, they can't take me because I've already signed all my legal rights to you. Even if I was to produce another album somewhere, it's not mine anymore. Whatever I release with my hands no longer belongs to me.
Exactly.
So I think what he was saying is very important, because that's how artists actually get to struggle, because they give away themselves ultimately. And then it seems like, no, they've lost talent, but they know whatever I choose to release is no longer mine.
I always say to artists, no record label likes you. Just stand with them. Honestly, they don't like you. Like literally, when a record label sees talent, serious, when a record label see you as a talent, they see a cash cow.
That's it.
True.
You are an object that they are going to use to make money. Do you understand? So hence they are using you. Make sure that you're also getting money. Because I've seen crazy deals in the entertainment industry. Like, I've seen crazy deals where your contract will include that we're going to give you a 5 million advance, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to give you a car.
Yeah.
And then we sign with you a 5-year contract. Meaning, once the contract is over, they take the cars, they take the house.
Is it written in the contract?
It's written in the contract.
We are the ones who don't actually read.
You don't
follow
not necessarily
rules.
that you don't read, né? Because, you know, record labels are scammers. Like.
You hear
But
it,
it's honest, yeah, but they are scammers. Like they see, okay, they are business people. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they business
Yeah, they are business people. Yeah. So what they do, they will come with, okay, they come with a 17-page contract.
They know you
So
don't
Chikazi, we've listened to this music song. Okay, this guy. Okay, here we're gonna put this is your personal details, this is our details, and then here we're gonna give you 5 million. The first thing they tell you, we're gonna give you 5 million. Then the second page, we're gonna give you a house, and then we're gonna give you 2 cars, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we have Mandla. We're gonna work with his company. It's going to be responsible for marketing and PR. Blah 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 blah. Then we're gonna pay him 10%, and then blah 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 blah. So that it can make sense to you that actually the 5 million. They gave me more money. You understand? And then you sign in, and then when you come back tomorrow after 5 years, you say they robbed you, you go to court. They tell you, no, the album is ours, the music is ours. You actually owe us because the advance that we gave you, you need to sell music and pay us back the 5 million. Then after that, after you've paid us the 5 million, that's when you can start making your own salary.
Accumulating.
Yes. And then the house, it's our house. So if you are, so if the contract is over and you don't want to renew the contract, bring back everything that we own, including the music. The music belongs to us. If they say to you, if the contract says, if you released, okay, thank God, I mean.
Hey, could you keep on my fight?
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. If you release the song, and the song makes 10 million, the 10 million belongs to them. They will pay you from the 10 million. Sometimes you don't even know how much the song made. Some contracts, they go as far as, if you get booked, you don't even know how much they charge for you when you get a salary. If the contract says every month you get 80,000, that's what you will get. Even if you get booked every day, 7 days a week, month end, it's 30,000. You win an award, the award goes, it belongs to the record label. So make sure that when you get a contract, guys, take the contract to your legal team. Take the rather, if ever you get a contract and you don't have the money for legal team, rather hold on to the contract, guys. Hold on to the contract until you have a right to pay. Honestly, take that contract and tell them that I don't have money to pay for legal advice now, so I'll hold on to your contract. And by legal team, guys, I don't mean you necessarily have to have a lawyer. If you have 10,000 or you have 5,000, take the contract and go to a legal firm. Like, guys, I need you to read and explain the contract to me in simple English. How much are you going to charge me? And do that. You understand? And you tell them that if anything is against me, please highlight it for me and explain it to me in simple English so that I can go back to Mandla and tell him which I'm not happy with this clause. You understand? Because when they get to court, they'll be like, okay, through to section 21, clause number 777, the music belongs to us. And then they check, the magistrate paid your contract, there's initials, there's it means you understood.
You mentioned Uguti. People don't know how much they get paid and stuff like that. So with regards to that, how can someone like go about knowing their royalties, how they're worth, how much they're worth, how they go about getting them. Because I believe with some royalties have to do with social media platforms and stuff like that. So it's not easy
for radio.
So it's not easy for them to have access to that information. So how can someone go about that?
Okay, so what happens, when you do music, I don't know if you guys know, there's a form that you need to sign in and send out to Sambro and other organizations, which we call it a split form, right? So when you are signing with a record label, they must have a clause where we'll talk about the split sheet, which in terms of royalties, where do you stand? So if they say maybe the contract, the record labels own 70% of the masters and then you own 30%, you need to be there on a split sheet so that the royalties, after Sambro has collected all the royalties, they will pay 70% to the record label, 30% will come directly to your bank account. You understand? So it's very important to negotiate your contracts and understand about AMA split sheets. You understand? So that if you are on the split sheet, then it's done. Because whatever way you are, even if you get a gig in America, you are there for 6 months, and then there's your royalties, they will just log into your bank account.
Perfect.
Yeah. So make sure that you go, even at Sambro. I always tell people, guys, Sambro is open.
Yeah.
Sambro is an organization. Just make a day, wake up and go to Sambro. You tell them, Sambro, I was with Manda, he told me about the split sheet. Can I have an example of a split sheet? What is a split sheet? What do I do with this? How do I sign this? What? When we are leaving Sambro, we go to Risa. Risa, I don't know, how do you guys work? I'm a musician. I want to make money from my music. How do I go about it? You understand? And then also, what's more important, I always tell artists, when you are signing with a record label, make sure that they don't own your performing rights. Tell them that you don't need their management. You need your performing rights, and then you will bring your own management who will be responsible for your bookings. The advance that they gave you, they will get it through sales and royalties. It's fine. But in terms of performing, because you will be the one who will be performing, you will be the one who will be traveling. You want your own management who will take your bookings, who will charge how much. They are not supposed to get money from your performance rights and stuff, because they are already making money out of you. So make sure that you negotiate that it becomes very clear that no, I need my own management and I need my performing rights, and you can't take 100% of my music masters.
Do you think actors and actresses are as more exposed to risks as artists are?
They are. I think actors and actresses and TV presenters and radio presenters are more at risk than musicians.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
But what do you think? Because with musicians, I think mostly it's in the contract.
Yeah.
Right. And with us, like actresses and actors, it's quite different, because you go to an audition, you get your script, you know it's okay. It's a cameo role, it's a lead role. I know what I'm jotting down to. I don't have those gigs where Saturday I have to go perform something, unless if it's like an outreach of the whatever company that I'm doing. What other risks do you think actresses and actors are exposed to that they don't know of?
Okay, number one, when it comes to, I'm saying that actors and actresses and TV presenters are more at risk than artists. If there's a TV show coming in, the production company, they write the script, they make, we're looking for someone who looks like this to play this character and stuff, we're looking for this who's going to play this character. And then when they are open of auditions, they already have 80K as the payment, and then we'll be shooting for 2 months. If you don't take it, someone else will take it. You understand? But as a musician, if you sing D-Ready, no one else is going to sing D-Ready. It's yours.
It's yours.
You understand? Yeah. So artists have the power of negotiating more than actors and actresses. You understand? Because most of actors and actresses, they are even no longer auditioning.
Yeah.
You get a call like, hi.
I think that's what's...
Yeah, you're like, hi, we are looking for you, there's this show that I'm doing with SABC or with this channel. I need you to play this role, and then this is how much we'll send you the contract, and then that's it. You understand? Yeah. So just make sure when you sign with the production also, because I know some contracts in terms of TV productions, if you are on them, if you are acting on a TV show, you can't be on another show.
Yes, which is crazy.
Yeah. If you are on that show for 6 years, yeah.
The Utolumuntu just randomly just dies in the script, and you can tell this was not part of the script line.
Yeah,
or the plot.
because you signed in which I will be on the show for 6 months. On that show, you are exclusive to them. You cannot be acting on another show. Yeah. So it's those
But
contracts.
how do we go about, because as you were saying, Uti, with the music industry and the contracts and everything, people can go about it this way. With acting, how do we go about the nepotism, guys, in the acting industry? Like,
Well, I'm not an actor. I've never represented.
You're a brand.
I've never represented an actor or an
you've
actress.
never.
Yeah, but I have friends who are representing, and I've got friends who are acting and stuff.
Yes.
It's hectic.
Let's
I always like.
really,
Sometimes I see a contract and I'm like, yo. Yeah. Because some contracts in acting industry, they will tell you which if each one of course wants to have you as the brand ambassador, and then they're gonna pay you 500,000, we need this percentage from that because for each one of course to see you, it is because you are on our show and it's on the contract, so you must give them.
That's what I
As of recent, a lot of artists buy independent.
Which is the way to go.
Yeah, which is the way to go. So we have a lot of artists like us. See, some of them don't even know where Samro is. They don't even know what Samro is. You know, they don't even know
where do they go back independent
and they buy June and Samro says for my registrations and all that. Can you please break that down for artists like Aseka? Okay, you need to register with Samro, because I have a question from this guy. I was saying that okay, so Uti, he did a song with some guy in Lingoma iya Pusha, but agamenshinanga, so ufungumsuwa, but he's not registered, so he doesn't know Uti. Can he actually?
He's screwed.
If you're not in a split sheet, then you are screwed, because you will need to prove to court that the song is yours and you can't.
So it doesn't matter if you have like videos or a project.
You can take that to court and drag and West legal. But he can. Okay, let us not discourage him.
Yeah.
He can do that. He can take legal actions.
But he's not registered with them.
When
He is not, but the song is there, right?
Yeah.
Now the other guy already went and registered the song as his.
Yeah.
But he can do that, he can try, but they were going to tell him about copyright because that one owns the copyright. So they will say you can't claim the song because this one belongs to him unless you can prove that. But it's going to be a long. That one is 2-1. It's like a divorce, whoever got the best one. Whoever has the best player wins.
Okay, so can you breaking it down? Why is it important for an artist that's coming up who's registered in the Samro, and what does Samro do?
Okay, guys, not even for an upcoming artist. Each and every creative, whether you are a graphic designer, you are a photographer, whatever that you do, trademark is very important. So to register with Samro, it's very important, so that everywhere in the world, everyone can know that it belongs to you. Even if I take it without your consent and I make 10 million out of it, automatically I will have to pay you because it's yours.
Yeah.
You understand? You can even come back and demand and say, I'm that 10 million, I don't want half, I don't want 80%, I want it all because it's your thing, you understand? You see Moonchild, suddenly, no one can have that hair.
Really?
Yeah. It belongs to her. Like in the world, only Moonchild.
Wow, interesting,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She owns the copyright of that hair.
Not bad.
Yes, no one is allowed, no one is allowed in South Africa
seen a few.
to have that hair. If you are a hairdresser and you make, if you are a hairdresser, you make, come on.
There's this girl we used to go in varsity with.
Yeah, if Moonchild decide to, because there are some people who will use your copyright and you're like, but you broke anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's how copyright goes. If they are making money out of it, that's when you can
okay.
benefit. There's no use to sue Mandla, like for having blue hair. Mandla is broke.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So when it's Samro, it's Resa, what the other organization? Capasso, what's the first one? Sempra. Yeah, it's 4, eh?
Yeah.
They are all important to protect your work, to make sure that no one's going to financially benefit from your work without your consent, to make sure that we are able to submit your music on radio, because if your music is not registered with Samro, they are unable to play it. Yeah. So you can't make money because there's a lot of money. Nowadays in South Africa, when it's realistic, music does no longer sell.
Yeah.
You need to make money through streamings and stuff, you understand? So we make sure that you are registered with all these platforms, so that actually these platforms are important for you to generate money. So if you're not registered, your music will be trending. There's like, I don't know. There's a song that was trending recently. What? Yeah, you saw it was removed from all the digital platforms because they did not, because it was a remake of the song, but they actually did not ask for permission to remake the song from the original copywriter. We understand? So now the owner, the person who remade, the person who remade the song is not making money right now off the song.
Oh.
The person who produced the song in the first go is making money.
So now all the royalties that were supposed to go to the remake of the song goes to the original.
Yes, because it's his song.
That's
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yes.
I think the same thing happened with, is it Espirits or Ringu?
Something like
The
that.
song.
Yes,
Yeah,
one of the
because
songs. Someone did
Basel
not.
play
Yes.
the beats and then
From
they said
someone's
it
previous
again.
song.
Yeah.
Banking details. That form that you fill that is sent to somebody, it has you must fill in. There's a place where you need to sign in your banking details. So what Samro does, it monitors Samro and Risa. It monitors radio stations. How many times was your song played? So if your song is being played on radio, they must pay you for playing your song because they are already benefiting financially. People will listen to the show because of your song, so they need to pay that. So each and every month end, Samro will check how many times they played in by you, and then they will send an invoice to that radio station, and then that radio station will pay Samro, and then Samro will make sure that everything that is due to you comes to you. Even if ever a certain movie or production company take your song, whether they've spoken to you or not, they put it on their film or in their documentary or whatever. Irisa will follow up with, did you get a consent? How much did you pay? And whatnot. If there was no consent, you can demand as high money as well. But if there was a consent, they will tell you, we're gonna play this song on the show, we're gonna pay you what. All the agreement needs to submit it to Risa, so that Risa may not come to them. So guys, registrations are very important. And artists, usually what they do, if guys you are not sure, guys pay people to do these things for you. Go outsource people to do this. When I say go to people, don't let those people fill in those songs because people are Deutsch. They can fill their song as they ask, your song as they ask. Make sure that they explain everything to you, and then when you are just filling in, and make sure that you get what is due to you. Guys, it's not nice to make a song that is trend. It's known everywhere, but you are not making money out of it. This Diane Huku, what is crying now because you took things simple. You did not go and speak to people. Knowledge is power.
But this, like, I'm really shocked because this happens all the time. Like, Stalasis journalism, people are always saying, hey, I've been scammed against Alalaso, but we still don't go so
No, you know why? It's because upcoming artists take themselves for granted. They don't take themselves seriously. Yeah.
I don't think it's just not respecting your craft enough.
But if you don't respect your craft, it means you are not taking yourself serious. Because I get approached by artists and then be like, no, whether you can take the song and own it as long as my name is there. I'm like, dude, do you understand?
We actually just
It's
want the
desperation.
fame.
Yeah. That's why I always tell people when they come to me, I'm like, I need your PR services. What? Why?
It's not the initial.
Do you want to be
fame,
famous?
money? Because fame, you can have fame without money, and then it's your suicide, it's your what, it's...
They tell me, Oguti, no, you can take the song as long as I'll be on TV, I can do this. And then someone will come to me, Oguti, I want to be on TV. I'm like, what do you want to do on TV? No, I want to be interviewed on TV. Why? Then we have a problem.
Yeah.
We have a problem there. Because,
It's a struggle.
guys, I always feel like if you want to be famous like tomorrow, I have a problem with your name. I can't pronounce it. Sonchigas. Yeah. If you want to be famous, like by next week, I can make you famous. By next week Friday, you will be famous. You will be in each and every TV show that interviews you. You can be on every radio that interviews. You can be on each and every online, digital or physical copies of magazines and newspapers. But is it beneficial to the brand, or is it contributing to the vision that you have for the brand Sonchigas now? Because a lot of people will come. I was rejecting someone yesterday. This guy is from Captain Park. Shout out to you, bro. I'm actually because I know he's gonna hate me.
I got you.
This guy has got money. Like I think he's a transfound kid. He's got money, but the music is like literally the music is bad. Like there's nothing you can do
But
with
why
the
don't we
music.
just invest in someone else, gay?
My assistant was like, no man, let's take the money. We will find someone to fix the music. But okay, what are we going to do with the voice?
And what are you going to do?
What are we going to do with the crap that is
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. But why doesn't he just, album Dana Gachesu? He has the funds. Find the voice, find the talent.
You understand? Yeah, that's why people are always surprised with, no, but the record label rejected me. I'm like, but you bad. Sometimes you're not even bad, but the vision or your brand does not align with the, you understand? So this guy comes in and is like, I want you, and then I have 350,000 as a budget. Like, bro, he's showing me his bank account, and I'm like, so I mean, what I usually do to anyone that wants to work with me, I'm like, okay, cool. Don't send me money, don't send me anything. Send me your artist profile, send me 2 of your professional pictures, send me your music, then give me like 7 days because I'm busy. Then I'll get back to you. Then that's where the issue starts. Because I come back to Sojigas, I'm like, nah, man, what you do? No, it won't work this way. Sometimes I can tell Gucci, no man, you have a good voice, don't do amapiano drills. We can work. If you change from amapiano or from hip hop, I can hear you can sing. Let us do this, okay. You have a voice, but your music, no. Can we find a songwriter? We understand. We can always work things out.
I think that's another thing that people don't understand is understanding what a brand is, what a brand entails, and what a brand requires. Because as much as you can say people they brand, I don't think other people understand what literally a brand is.
The brand is, and what does it mean
to have a brand or be a
or
brand.
to see yourself as a brand.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I hear people, they reject deals and like, no, it doesn't align with my deals, with my brand. I'm like, so what's your brand?
What's your brand like?
Yeah, there's a guy, shout out to you, man. He like I was booking him for this show that we are hosting next month. He said to me, no, I see this, it's full of gospel artists. It does not align with my brand.
Okay, his brand doesn't align with gospel.
And I'm like, but you are a vocalist.
You're a vocalist.
You need to be versatile. Look at Abu Vusinova, look at Abu Kelly Kumalo. Kelly Kumalo, you can put her into a jazz song, she'll kill it. Put her into a musician. In Afro-pop, she kills it. Put her into gospel. And I like when she asks, she goes, no, I'm the voice of Africa. She calls herself what? Your vocal highness. So as long as she needs to show her vocal abilities, she's there. You understand? So people take their brands too serious to a point that it affects them. It's very nice to take your brand serious, but it may not affect the financial state of it. Because this is a business. I always tell them, with Mina, don't tell me which is the brand, tell me it's a business. Because once you know it's a business, you're gonna include it, you're gonna handle it as a business, and you will understand that the purpose of the business is to bring in the coins. The king says it's for more coins. So people, young artists are motivated by fame.
They are.
People, like I mean, it breaks my heart.
If you were to give advice to the youth,
not music. I'm not a pastor. So I can't give him advice to the youth. No, you know what? I'm sorry just to cut you there. I'm running away from being a role model. Guys, that thing, it's heavy. It comes with a lot of expectations.
The reason I say the youth is because as much as others are not coming in direct of, now we have your TikToks, now we have your influencers. Do you get what I mean? So that's why I'm generalizing it isn't to say youth, because people are hustling in different ways. People want to be influencers, people want to be that, hence I'm saying that if you were to have an advice to any of the youth who wants to make something out of themselves, what would you say to them?
Okay, first of all, guys, let's start with musicians. The young people, they drop out of school because they've got a talent. Somebody, they've got the talent, they've got the skill from music, and then they leave school, right? Okay, guys, don't wait for a miracle to come and save you. Knock on these doors and get a job, guys. I always advise people, get a job, work. If you have to be a waiter or you have whatever, or you have to be a security guard, do that so that you can finance your talent. If you are able to finance most of the things of your talents, that's when you can be independent. That's when you can block deals that are not in line with your vision. But if you just sit at home, you're waiting for a record deal, that's when you're going to sign everything. You understand? That's when you're going to sign everything that comes, because you're just needing something to take you out of that hood. Because you want something to take you out. But if you are working, you are financing most of the things. You book a studio, you pay a producer, they produce a quality music. Sometimes they won't even need for you to sign a record label, because your song, that single that you are releasing, it's quality, it's top. You just send it to radio station, boom, you are a superstar. You understand? So invest in your craft. Get a job if you have to, until the music thing start to brings money, that's the only time you can cut.
Yeah.
You can stop working. Like, guys, now I'm creative. I have people that I tell which, okay, I hear you. Get a job. Like, no, now I'm an artist and I know my music is my teeth. I don't feel like, listen to my music. But I'm like, yo, bro, you are dope. You are dope. Your music is good. But how long have you been a musician? I've been this industry for 10 years. What do you do? You understand? That's why, like, the post that I posted about the big weekend, people are always say I get backlash, which I'm against artists. Sometimes I say the harsh things for a wake-up call. Recently I posted on Twitter, which guys, stop this thing with I'm releasing my death album. Labotina Saz Gishoni one. Aswas the one and also telling a death album. And I said, if you are in that bracket, something is not right. Get a job to fix that. You understand? I'm not against artists going independent, and I'm not against artists pushing their craft. But push your craft, make money. Because to book a studio, it's money. I'm a producer, they charge an hour.
Yeah.
For me to do a publicity, I charge a lot. You understand? So how are you going to pay me? That's why they come to me and say, Richie, we'll negotiate and then we'll take 50-50. And then I sign that deal. I own half of your song. Song makes 10 million. Automatically, I've got 5 million. I've done nothing. I've never been in a studio session. I just did publicity. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You understand? So make sure that you work to invest in your craft so that you can own your work. Guys, owning your work is the way to go. But also we need to understand not everyone is financial capability to be an independent artist. Casper Jevers came in and he was independent. There was this bank that used his song CBD. He was paid 15 million and he was done for a year because he owned each and everything on that song. From producing to everything. They just want to use the song. He charged them 5 million, 15 million. He signed the deal. He was done for a year. And it was just the beginning of a year. He was already rich for a year. You understand? You only paid tax.
A lot of people they're like asking, why is it important for an artist to own their masters?
So that you can make money over and over it. This song that Huko What it was made in the 80s, but someone remake it now. If the owner owns the masters, he's still gonna make million from the song that they made. Your grandchildren can inherit it from the song that you made. You understand?
So you also sign in like your beneficiaries.
Yes, you sign in your beneficiaries and stuff. If you get married, all the stuff. That's why when musicians are getting divorced, they go deeper to their royalties for splits and stuff. Yeah. Like music, like Samro and those are the insurance that creatives have. So make sure you follow that route and make sure you are independent. Guys, I think most of artists they want a rosy background when they're interviewed. Like, no, I used to live in Tembisa and then I quit it my wife, bro. Quit it. And then I became a musician. Quit it, bro. Then I moved to Sentin. No. It's nice to tell us, I used to live in Mambisa, in a bedroom, then I was a waiter, so when I was off, I would go to studio and record. Yeah, you understand? I used to go and then when I get paid, I used to take my salary and pay for producers, what, and then that song came and then I left Mambisa, I moved to Sentin, you understand? So don't be obsessed with this rose background, which when I just started out, you were in Rose Bank and then boom and boom and no. There's nothing wrong being on a TV interview and then tomorrow the person that was interviewing you are at the restaurant serving them. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think that's what people don't understand.
There's nothing wrong with that. UTJs will look more fire now.
Like, look, he
used to stand in the streets. Now there's no need for that because it's all over. And then now he owns that thing fully. People were approaching him like, no, let's give you money and then we take 80%, we'll take 20%, then you become the face, and then he rejected all those because he knew which each and every money. He sold his car. At some point he had no car. Because he invested in that. That's what we need to do as artists as well. Don't be obsessed with it. As soon as you make 80,000, you want a Louis Vuitton bag.
Hey! Because that's what we do all the time.
No. I always advise my clients with if you are in whatever, TV, whatever, as soon as they say cut, they beat that thing. Cut everything that has to do with the entertainment industry. Go home and be you.
And be yourself.
Don't be obsessed with you have to be at the mall looking like this. And also, the invitations is what I was having a conversation with someone. Guys, you get invitations to these events. Don't go to these events if you're not beneficial and financially. Because you get booked, you get invitation. No, you go to Durban to live, but you still have to pay for a flight. You still have to pay for accommodation. How are you benefiting?
You're not benefiting.
To show your followers that when you get invited to these things, you are in the VIP lounge.
Just
speaking on that social media, do you think in terms of the artist's life, is it a positive influence or a negative influence with regards to the artists' lives? Like,
Okay, so social media can be anything that you want it to be for you. If you want to use it positively, you can do and can make money out of social media. If you want it to be a monster, it can be a monster. So basically what you do, make sure that you treat your social media as business because they are part of the brand, right? You cannot be posting things that you know they're going to affect, like what is trending with sense of media. Eh? Don't comment on that. You are not a lawyer, you are not a prosecutor, you are not a judge, right? Stay away from that. You're a musician. Speak about your music. Speak about the music industry. Speak about the injustice within the music industry. We understand. You can trade for that, for standing up for artists. Now it works for you. You understand? You are in studio making live on Instagram when we are singing. Introduce us to your new music, right? Create a hashtag Sivugile. That is your latest single. You understand? Influencers are everyone is tweeting hashtag Sivugile. If I don't know that new song, because of that hashtag now, I go and stream that song. Social media has made you money. But you are a musician, you make music, the next thing you're telling us, everyone in that house, they must be arrested and whatnot. Then I tweet and I comment. I'm like, so are you a lawyer? So now all the attention from your music has shifted. Now everyone, and I can go with like hashtag Sonchagazi, the lawyer. And then it's not about your music.
It is.
It's now that, you understand?
Yeah.
So everyone who doesn't know you now, we Google you so that we can see what you do. Everyone is flashing, you understand? So make sure that you handle it well. You can make money, a lot of money. Like there are some clients that I get money from that I met on social media.
How?
Yeah.
That's proper.
You understand? Because I made it a point which I don't want to trend, I don't want to be famous, I don't want to be Instagram, but I have this account for money. And I don't even have Instagram, I only have Twitter.
I feel you in that one. I feel like it's too much admin.
So I want to ask about the publishing. What's the role of publishing in the music?
In music.
Yeah.
Okay, publishing in music is basically publishing and distribution. They're almost in the same bracket, so that we can find your music. The publisher is the one going to make sure that your music is on iTunes. The distributor is going to make sure that your music is within the country, within the continent. It's in Europe. What? It's the one who's going to make sure that in Europe people know your music becomes distributed to Europe, so that people in Europe knows. We've got Sonchagas in South Africa. I always say the best music distributors, they're in America. Do you see how we are obsessed with American musicians?
We are.
Beyonce releasing a new song, we already know about it. You understand? So that's what we need to push in South Africa. We need to see Beyonce tweeting, there's a girl from South Africa, Sonchagas, I want to feature her. We want to see, like now it's happening. We see our thing jamming to our guys that is small music. That's where we are going. That is distribution, that is publishing of your music. Also, I usually ask, advise my clients, don't allow your record label to do publishing and distribution. Have a private company that will distribute so that you can negotiate. Because if they include that, they're going to charge you for that on top of what they are charging for you. If they are doing marketing and publicity, they're going to charge that for you. But so make sure that you understand again, go back to understanding. It's very important.
Okay. So as you are growing as a brand, Ekasi, how do you then monetize your brand as an artist?
How do you monetize the brand? First of all, make sure that your music is all over these digital platforms. Right? Make sure you do those radio interviews. Make sure you do those TV interviews. Make sure you do those articles. Right? Make sure that you perform for free. Make sure that you have a manager that will go to Taboo and sit down with the Taboo manager.
And how do you choose a manager? Actually, I had that question.
You guys are choosing your boyfriends. You guys are choosing your cousins. You guys are choosing.
No cut.
Seriously.
Okay.
That is an issue. Because you like your neighbor or you know which my music might make me a millionaire and I don't want to leave my cousin behind. So cousin, because you can't sing, you are the manager. Cousin knows nothing about the game. That's hold on there. Your manager must share the same vision with you. And I always tell people, just make sure that your manager knows that he works for you. For him to make money, there must be gigs. You understand? So you need someone who's gonna be creative, someone who is fighting to make sure that you succeed. You understand? We need a manager that will go to taboo, like, okay, I have this person, this is the profile, this is the music. Can we have, because I see every Thursday you have a ladies Thursday, can she come and entertain what, do it, just do this, you understand? That is.
I hear you mentioning a profile a lot. Can you briefly tell us what a profile is, what it should contain?
Okay. The profile, first of all, it's like a bio. It's actually a bio of who you are.
It's like a CV.
It's like a CV. Who you are, what you have achieved so far, what have you overcome for you to be here. Do you have a story to tell? The story must be there. Do you have bigger dreams? They're there. Would you like to work with who? All those things need to be there. You understand? Everything about you and achievements that you've achieved, they need to be there. So that if you send me a profile, I need to know who I'm dealing with. Sometimes you haven't achieved nothing, but your vision is there. It needs to include your photos. I always say, guys, don't take iPhone as good pictures, but make sure that they are edited. You look the part. So that when I look at you, I look a superstar. Because remember, when you are sending me, you are already telling me that you are a superstar.
True.
So I must see, by not even asking, see a superstar. Okay, this is a superstar. We're approaching taboo. They see a profile. Actually, this is a high class venue. They look at your profile. You look high class. They can have you in a venue. You understand? Have someone who's brave to negotiate. Yes, we want you in taboo, but we can't be struggling to get you into taboo. We cannot be in taboo and stuff. The least they can do, they can just offer us food and few drinks if they can't offer us transport. Your manager, first thing, you must be creative, you must be a negotiator, and you must be an initiator, and you must be an approacher. No one knows who Sochakas is, so they won't approach him. So he needs to tell us, hey, I'm Sochakas, this is what I'm bringing. Me, I'm the manager. I come back with this one. This is what she can do. This is what she does. We need you to do this.
He must sell you.
He must sell you, and he must have a vision. Because if you are coming selling me, okay, with Sonchagas, I'm like, okay, so what am I going to benefit from having Sonchagas? And then he's like, why am I now we are born? You understand? So you must be able to be a visionary. Which that's always I tell people, which you are writing a proposal. Tell the person what are they going to benefit for having you there, because no one wants to lose, right? Yeah.
Nobody wants.
So if you wanna come and perform at my restaurant, so what I'm benefiting. No, actually, Sonchakazi, she's very big in Tembisa, and the restaurant is in Midrand. So by having her fans will come. The place will be packed. They will be buying your food. They will be buying your alcohol. No, but how do I believe that? Just give us one show. Remember, we said we want food, we want transport. Okay, for the first show, the first night, we're gonna do everything for ourselves. But then on the second show, you will have to do that because you will see how packed this thing it is. And then it's your manager's responsibility now to promote that gig to make sure that it's packed. You understand? Next time you can even negotiate with, look, you are selling this gin for 500 rand a can. Can you sell it for 600 rand next time so that 100 rand it goes to Sonchakas? Now we are benefiting. So if your manager is not a negotiator, you have to tell your manager what to do. I am Tosh. Serious.
I think there's a lot we've got to learn today.
There is, and there's still a lot that we need to talk about.
There's still a lot that we need to talk about.
Because that's why initially say, go no part 2.
There has to be
part 2, yes, because I don't think we're going to be able to cover everything namhlanje. But I also want to ask something. I was talking to one of my fellow artists, as an artist, you need to know there's a season like many people call music, there's a season like you need to understand how that thing goes.
When is the right time to release music? When is the time to hold on to your music?
Exactly. Can you please try and break that down for us?
Okay. First of all, personally, I don't believe there's a time where you shouldn't release music because you're a musician. I always say that during COVID, for example, go back to COVID, it was sad. People were dying over, we were losing our businesses, no one was unclear. The future was unclear. If you're going to release music during that time, make sure it's relatable to everyone who's going to COVID. Vusinova and Dumim Koksad, they released Baba Ivanati and it went double platinum because it was literally a prayer to say God be with us during this because we don't know what's going to happen. If it's because of our sin, forgive us. It was relatable. You understand? It was relevant. So even if you are a Mapiano, you are Afro-pop, you are just artist, make it relatable to the situation. We cannot be going through COVID and you're like, Ariam failing. We are locked. No, we are locked. I can't even visit my neighbor. When we're like, Ariam failing. So the song is irrelevant. Yes, but I'm not allowed. You understand? We understand.
Yeah.
So it's blocked already. That song,
yeah.
even if you release it, you'll be like, okay, there's this song, and then we're talking about it during with friends. Like, you heard that song, Dana, when I see COVID. And listen to the words we read. But we can't repeat us now, we understand? Because it's unrelatable. You know, during the case then in Johannesburg, looting. Secret and Mandlenkosi Africa. You know the song? Sile no Satani and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the remake.
Yeah, it went platinum. Even the government bought that song to play it on TV, on radio, to tell people to calm down. You understand? So I mean, I want to say there's no time to release or no time to not to release music, but make sure that your music is relatable at that time. You understand? Umsaki, she's mastered that art.
She's one of my favorites.
Umsaki, she's mastered music. She's doing Afropop, she's doing jazz, she's doing. You can't miss Umsaki in her song. There's a song that I like now, especially when I'm driving. Sikusele. Wow, Sikusele, which comes at a small. What we are going, we are killing each other like flies. It's relatable. Oboma Bumanga. You understand?
My ringtones.
Yeah, because whenever you're going through whatever you're going, you need someone who's no man whatever you went through. So you must also move. Because we need hope, you understand? So me my advice is there's no time to release music. I always say in a month, release your music towards month end, halfway month end, so that when it's hot, everyone is meant to buy it. That's the only time. But your music must be relatable. You understand? Yes, we need those. I take your man, I make him mine. We need those things. You understand? It's there and
those
there
are mostly
for the
now,
fun.
for like
But now with
September's
everything
coming.
that is happening in the world, we need someone that you can relate to. If you are crying, we want a song that we can use to cry with you. If you are bringing hope, we need a song that we can hold on to assurance that something is coming. Lizo Pumilanga, we understand. That the Q-twin. We understand. If I've lost someone, at least there's hope which one day we're gonna be together. You understand? Nowadays your music is even if it's house, make sure that we can sing along. And if you are in the Mapiano house music, even if we relate, but can we give us a moment to sing along? If you listen to Umulchad, she sings nothing. Listen to music, it's nothing. But because we can sing along, and I like the one is a land goose. You know what we do in a groove. She literally watched the groove and made it a song. You know what you do? Sadiban, Gusekel, Abangan, Sababa, Sekenafu, Sobonana, and Saigo Tam. And like, this is what we do. Because you bump to the friend, like, okay, tell her. And it's that's because we can sing along. If you're making Amapiano, make sure we can sing along. If you are making other genders, make sure that it's relatable. Then you can release it anytime. Just be careful. We cannot be going through suicide and stuff and COVID. We're not hurrying.
No, you can't. What you just said also contributes to your longevity in the game.
Exactly.
So how do you make sure you last as an artist?
Okay. To last, don't follow trends. Don't follow trends. Find your art and master it. A lot of artists have faded now because hip hop they were fading now. They tried to, okay, I'm a piano is a big thing. I'm no longer rapping. Now I'm doing it, I'm a piano. Don't box me, I'm an artist. Where are they now?
And where are they?
Exactly. KO, AKA, they were like, oh, we're hip hop artists. Look at them, they are big. They are big. They are still big and they are still doing the hip hop. Skanda God, his cousin Skanda God. KO. He's still doing Amapia hip hop.
Yes, even
AKA he's still doing hip hop may so rest in peace, you understand? So he knew which now, and if everyone is jumping out, they are following trends. When also level, the hip hop is just like you are tailing everyone because now everything is one. If I want to listen to hip hop, because they've jumped, okay, Casper change, that one change. I need hip hop, man. I must go to AKA because that's what left.
He's the only one that's
Left.
Yeah.
If I need Skanda Love, I need to go to the Skanda God because they're the only two people who are still doing this thing. You understand? Kuli Chana's like, no, change the name. Kuliano Sega, Buil. It says they keep him outside.
Kuli Chana's doing.
Yeah, he was trying to do a piano like Sega, Buil. It says they keep him more. Now it's that keep him.
I don't know that.
No. Maybe if we are married, do your thing, I will do my thing.
But that's what I'm saying is he thought it was possible.
But it was not. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. She's a pop star. He's a rapper. If they do a song together, that one will be rapping. This one will be singing. That's what you do.
And he was so good.
You understand? Yeah, he was like, Sega, we says a keep blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and
where is he now? It's like keep.
Who else? I think Reason. Reason was the other one that changed.
Yeah,
his name.
after Tears, he did something after Tears. I'm like,
it was sad.
Reason is doing Amapiano.
yeah. And then he tried, and I was like,
It was, it's not for everyone.
it's not for everyone. No, maybe change how the music sounds, but stick to what you know. Don't jump to everything because back in the days, hip hop was trending, ne? And then people were doing hip hop. Gom came. People were changing to gom. We were like, okay, I'm a babe, so you change like I'm a piano. So will you jump?
Every time when you're jumping.
Look at those who stays in hip hop. They're still in hip hop. Look
I
at
think
DJs
that's what makes them. The question you were asking, the longevity. That's why I could never get that because they are not established as artists. They don't know who they are.
Exactly.
And they haven't found their voice. Yeah, but people
and
like
we get tired.
People like Abolira. People.
And then we get tired of jumping with you, and eventually we jump, you jump, and then we jump off. So you've lost fans, and then no one cares about you anymore. You understand? With DJs, she does commercial house. To this day, she will release a song tomorrow. It's gonna be big, and it's not just one. She releases the umlilo.
I think
People
that's
stop
what
playing
you were
piano.
asking.
Yeah.
The question you were asking, which is the right time to. You would say those people have figured it out.
Yeah.
Towards December season, that's when she's ready to release, and when she does, it's fire.
It's fine. Look at Umakazi. She came during Amapiano. She did about Haka What's Ganama? Waganama everywhere. Because she said, this is what I know.
Yeah.
If I need to grow, I need to grow in this. Those who jump. Where are they now?
Sad.
We understand.
Yeah.
You can't just jump. Just stick to what you know. And if you want to grow in what you know. Because if you are doing Afropop for 5 years, automatically in 6 years you are mastering it now. But instead of master it, you jump to something else.
Oh my God, master.
Look at Kelly Kumalo. Kelly Kumalo, she's big. Through all the controversy that is happening around her, because she's good in a crowd, like I do Afropop, I do Afro Soul. She's doing that. She doesn't change. She's really
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And her songs are again relatable.
Yeah.
We all related to Mpin. Now we are all relating to Abantu Bazokhuluma.
Yeah.
So make sure your music is relatable and stick to what you know, guys.
So Mama was Ubala, you can get some other people.
Come to me, I'll write for
Because
you.
there's so many ghost
Yeah.
writers.
Like there are hip hop people that we write for, but I will have to die it first before I tell you guys who we write for.
Don't tell us, especially with hip hop guys.
Yeah,
I was watching an interview once and someone said, I was watching Saki's interview and she said, Uguti, there's hip hop artists that she used to rap, and I'm like, how?
Yes, it's very common in the hip hop industry actually.
In the
Ghost
hip-hop
writers.
industry.
Yeah, because we write for you. I listen to your music.
That's why even there was a interview, I think she was collecting an award, Nicki, where she's like, Nicki Minaj, where she's like, everything that Nicki spits, Nicki wrote.
Yeah.
It's because she knew who she was attacked, like a lot of...
Yeah. There's a way she says, you expose your ghostwriter with that this talk with Remy Ma. I think the title of the song is I Don't Need No Fraud.
Yeah.
You expose your ghostwriter, now you come screaming because you don't know anymore what to do. Yeah, but so...
Hey,
we write for people. We write for people. We write.
I think it's a norm.
But I guess it's okay because also as a writer.
No, it's okay, guys. There's this thing we should call a writer's block.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes you get blocked and you need to release an album. Reach out to people. Reach out to people. Guys, I need a song. What can I do? Guys, I've just been through this, but I'm trying to put it in words. I can't. And then we call us guys, okay, say it like this. Umsaki wrote Umtata Kancini Yaga Kelly Kumalo. Because Kelly Kumalo, she has been that almost getting married in that difficult way, almost abusive thing.
Yeah.
But she didn't know how to sing, but she wanted it in her music. She didn't know, and she spoke to Umsaki. Umsaki was like, okay, this guy took you for granted. What? You understand? I don't care what you have. What? Because the guy had money. No, okay, we're gonna put this, and then it was a bang.
Because writers also get royalties, right?
If I wrote for you, I'm on a split sheet, baby.
Yeah, that's capacity.
Yeah. If I wrote for you, I'm on a split sheet. You understand? Some will say, please write for me, bro, but don't mention to anyone because I've got a standard. But on a split sheet, I'm there.
You are there.
I'm there.
I am with fame.
But I don't care, guys, about fame.
Yeah.
Show me
Like, I think I'm so like you. I don't care whether who knows me or not.
Me now, honestly, these guys,
know.
now I don't want to be famous. Now I want to walk into the petrol garage and then they say to the fill up station, they're like, the petrol the kupugi they put. I'm like, okay, full time.
Yeah.
I don't care which kupugi they put. You understand? Yeah. I don't want to be famous and then they recognize me like, hey, full tank, and then it's 2.8. I'm like, hi, guys, what happened? No, you understand? No.
You don't want
I'm not even obsessed about having 4 cars parked outside my garage. No, man.
Okay, one last question.
Unfortunately, all good things do
Yeah,
come to an end.
the importance of collaboration
Yeah.
as an artist. What is the importance of
The importance of collaboration, it also goes back to the question that you asked with how people to stay relevant. You understand? She's big now. She's new, ne? They sing, but she's the biggest thing now. So collaborating with Mfundo can also remind us. Actually, there's you understand? Yeah. That's why celebrities and artists, they are very careful of who they are collaborating with. Because sometimes you may collaborate with someone and then it's the end of your plan. You understand? So also it is very important, but it's also risky. So calculate it to make sure that you understand what you're collaborating with. You understand? And then also collaborate with someone that you are in the same league in terms of your vocal abilities, in terms of your writing and stuff. Don't collaborate with someone who's gonna outshine you. You see, Kelly Kumalo, she's the biggest vocalist in South Africa. So if you are still struggling and then she's gonna finish you.
Yeah, it's a literal finish.
You understand? And then you're gonna be.
Everyone's gonna post about it.
But why did this girl? Who's this girl?
Yeah.
I'm an idol. Did the
We
same
all like,
thing.
oh yeah.
Was it Tuzam or someone?
I think it was last year when they were bringing in artists to perform.
They brought that girl.
Contestants, but I was like, guys, it's unfair. Why would you put someone no Kelly Kumalo?
And she was like, yeah, and then it was done.
And she was like, there.
Huge.
But
Yeah.
her voice is present. She's there. Like,
You
Kelly
understand?
feels.
And then you are trying to. Now you are looking like a groupie.
Like, now you don't understand. Like, you're just gonna end up sounding like a backup. A backup
You understand?
singer.
So don't be like, if you are like access pool. Lira, she's an honest singer. You can feature those ones. She's not gonna outshine you. On top of some bamba, okay, come out of this world now.
Pick your show.
Sometimes if cheetah, I can feature okay Kumalo because I'm not gonna be judged the same because I will get that cheetah.
But you can't land above Vusino over there.
So make sure that the person that you are collaborating with, even Americans, make sure that you are also there. Uruch feature the MT and Uruchi. MT, like we don't know, even today we don't know our lines. Because there's like, I grew up in the city and I blew up in the city and Uruch was being like, you understand? Make sure which one, I want to on the song, like you're collaborating with, you are kind of in the same level or you are above them again. If you're not in the same level. Because we don't want someone who's going to make you sound like a groupie. When it gets to your part, Masik Tula win, and then we start talking, and then Matula and we focus on the song.
Yeah. This was indeed a very lovely interview. Can't wait for part 2. There's so much I've learned for today. Hopefully you guys at home as well have a lot that you have learned for today. All your questions have been answered. But if not, please do leave us some of the questions that you would like to find out more about the industry. Because we will be having a part 2 of the interview with Mandlenkosi. But from us here Yeah.
Yo, I forgot the most important thing ever. Sishuta Gushimi. This is the brand. Tembisa. Fresher than Twembu. Like Echian.
Yes,
So, yeah.
we also have a
to
jacket.
say this in I had to say it myself.
Please, before we forget, 6.5% Nayo.
Sing Chaile, that's why. That's why
Please
it's called
do
that.
support.
That's why.
Plus, I'm loving the fact that it is a black-owned business by
Exactly.
a woman. Yes, by a woman. She is doing it for herself. So Ijuba,
Sizokhuluma.
Ijuba
Yeah.
nomkhobo,
Ijuba
right?
nobukhobe.
Nomkhobe, guys. Ngixolele shem.
Ijuba nobukhobe.
Ijuba nomkhobe.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ijuba nomkhobe.
It's
Please
really, yeah.
do trust me, guys. It is very nice. Like it is nice, but hey, yeah, it does have a kick to it. I could feel my head spinning a bit.
Not
through that
much
interview.
because I know who's with some social.
But please do, yes. You find them on
No,
social.
I will never bring you guys to you because I was thinking I would bring you the whole bottle
No,
of champagne.
don't.
Oh, you will drink after the show.
one said
No, I will
don't.
bring it and then you will drink after the show.
Yeah.
Please,
But this is fine. This is fine. Where can we follow you?
So okay,
So
follow
what's
me
that?
on Twitter at I am Simple Mandla. Yeah, that's my Twitter handle. I am Simple Mandla, and then on Facebook it's Mandlenkosi Mahlangu. Yeah, you will find me at Mandlenkosi, not Mandlenkosi, Mandlenkosi.
Mandlenkosi.
No, actually, okay, I changed. It's Malibe Mandlenkosi. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's Malibe Mandlenkosi on Facebook. You can check my bio, it's written there, which is PR and brand strategies and stuff.
So abantu mafuna how can they slide on your DMs?
I don't like sliding on DMs because I don't really respond to my DMs. I don't catch. I prefer email.
Okay.
Yeah,
Email.
because I take time. Like I don't go to DMs. Like
Okay.
Twitter is not a nice space to be in. Like honestly speaking, people are just saying nonsense and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm not much on Twitter.
Yes,
Just
okay.
there for business purposes. But on email, if you send me an email,
Yeah.
I'll respond. If you want, if I'm not available, but my assistant will definitely respond.
Or
Yeah.
email like you can
No, I can put my email address. It's mandla@francemm.co.za.
So it's Mandla at francemm.co.za. Please do
Yeah.
hit him up for anything that you guys require his assistance from. But from us here, it
Just only listen, can I say something? Ne?
Yes.
Guys, also when it comes to marketing and PR, don't wait for the time you have money. Approach people with your budget. Go to Mandla, go to Linda Makers, go to whoever, Simpia Madola, the PR person. Tell them, I need PR services. I've got 5,000. What can you do with 5,000 budget? Don't wait, because I know PR, we charge millions, we charge 100,000s, we charge that. But guys, when I take your budget and approach people with your budget, don't tell people which I need PR services, how much you're gonna charge me, what do I understand? Just tell them which mean I've got this money, and then you will hear with Bonaba team. You understand? And then also guys, be professional about it. Meaning I'm a person, like I'm down to earth, I'm a simple person, but also I'm a professional. So when you approach me guys, respect me. Don't be like, sure bro, I need pressure, so gonna charge me. I'm like, I charge 50,000. Like, yeah, prime no, be professional about it. Write an email, write a proposal, everything. Be professional about it so that you can get time. How you structure your email when you send your emails. Especially I'm a hip hop people, guys, fix your lingo.
Yeah.
Don't greet me in email and say, yeah, bro.
Yo. Yo, what's up?
You understand? Let us be professional. It's a business.
Can
Music
we-
is a business,
can
guys.
we-
Thank
can
you so
we-
much for your time, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you so
for
much,
the
guys.
knowledge.
Yeah.
I think
I can't wait for part 2.
I also can't. And thank you for the bed.
I can't
man.
wait to drink with the